Well, good evening, welcome back to VP4TV. Yes, we're back for another match, our third match of the day. We had the match earlier on today between Bedhead and Acero in the Bankpool Virtual World Championships. We had the match earlier on tonight in the one loss side in the Virtual World Snooker Championships. That match was between Mr. Sharky and Tommy, and Mr. Sharky got through eventually. And we have another one loss side match coming up in about 2.5-3 minutes time, and that's between MC Clarkey, who was here earlier on. He's in a room getting some practice, MC Clarkey from the UK, and Poolkabouter, who arrived a little while ago, and he was in the chat, and he is there, and he is representing the Netherlands. I'm thinking Matt or MC Clarkey should be the favourite, although I haven't seen. I don't know whether I've streamed one of his matches, but I don't recall seeing Poolkabouter play. Welcome to Sharky, and so race to 4. I'm still hedging my bet, saying that Matt should be probably clever enough to win this, but it could all turn out different. That's up to his opponent. So good that we've got the two players here, so we are good to go. That's the only match that's left after this one. Sorry, the only match left after this one in the schedule is the one between Hezeric and Erossi, which One Pocket Slim will be covering at the weekend. That's US time, of course. It's 1 AM British summer time. Way too late for me. I'll be long time in bed when that goes ahead. And so, of course, it's about surviving tonight to try and stay in the tournament. And the winner's side is hotting up. We've got some big matches to come, both on this tournament and in the Bankpool tournament. Some great matches lined up, and they'll be coming over the next few days. No doubt they'll get arranged one way or another. So now we're about almost good to go. Probably 30 seconds more and the room should be going up, and we're all set as soon as it does. Luckily I don't have any work to go to tomorrow, so even though I'm about to fall asleep, because the old brain kicks in telling me I should still be in bed, I'll try and stay awake. I've had my coffee. I'm still waiting for the effects of that to kick in. So any second now the room should go up. We'll have the lag for the break. There we go, and we'll get ourselves in. All ready and good to go. I'll get a quick drink. So Matt is in, he's keen to get going, and Poolkabouter's arrived. Poolkabouter on the right hand side of the screen as we look, and we'll have the lag. Winner gets a choice to break or pass it back to his opponent. Well, that's never going to get there. MC Clarkey's won the lag, no problem. That's not even going to get to the 50-yard line. So bat breaking off. Trying to drop onto that baulk cushion behind the green. He's just a fraction short. So just like real life snooker, if you leave that red out, you're giving your opponent a chance straight away to get off and running. And there is one red in the open which you can get to off that green, but after that there's a problem. I think the red to the left of the pink goes, but if you were to be here on that red somehow or other, you'd be smashing everything all over the place. That'd be crazy. He's took the yellow instead. He still found a line, but if he'd taken the green, he could probably got himself up nearer the blue to make this red a wee bit easier. But it looks as if Poolkabouter's trying to get this, but again he's under hitting the shots. He's not got the weight of shot at all. I mean, again he's 4 or 5 foot short of where the cue ball should have been. Having said that though, he's not left anything easy. Shot to nothing, no, cut the red. He's overcut it slightly, and of course it's caught the jaw and it stays there. So again, the prospects for scoring heavily here aren't good. Pink's pretty much dead. The black most certainly is. It's covered by those 3 reds, so that it's going to be tough to get a score. So it'll just be a little drop down. Now he's got to watch the cue ball here, because this cue ball could end up nowhere and he could be struggling to hit a colour. Yeah, he's done the right thing there, made sure he can back the way into the table. If he just hit that plain ball, it could have ran in between the gap between the reds round the black and the actual bunch of reds, and he would have had no shot in the colour. So that extreme red on the left, I think, may well cut. It does. So again, he can play this and head up table. Be looking for the blue or a baulk colour if he got it. And Matt looks as if he's having a look at something. Those 2 reds are the ones he's looking at. That looks pretty good to me. Can play it again with the element of safety. So the plant was set. He's just a little bit short on that blue though, but he can comfortably take the yellow and get on the red that's there. If he goes further down this side, he's got the red in the middle there. That's probably the line he's going to go. So he's leaving the top red, and with this red he's actually ended up a bit straight, so he can't obviously play for pink or black. Now he's got an angle where I think he's got to bump something here. I mean, he can still try and get on that loose red, but he's decided he's going to take the green to do that. He could have had a smack into them there, but of course you've no guarantee you'll be on a red after it though. And that has nudged another couple of reds into the open, but everything's at distance here because the pink and black are no good. So it's a struggle to put a score together. This looks pretty good weight for the red in the middle. In fact, it's just overran. Still an angle though to come back up, either for the blue or bulk colour. And with that red now going out the way, he's still got the choice of another two reds, the one there and this one this side. So tough to get a real score that's going to count. And I think the angle he's got now, he's certainly going to disturb things. Well, anywhere but on the rail is where he wanted that cue ball. So the next shot's going to be tough. But if he can get it, let's have a look at how that green looks from here. Yeah, he can go forward, come back down the right hand side and have a choice of a couple of reds again. But they're tough at distance. And so match run is only 16, but it was hard earned. Of course the pink's now in the open, which is handy for Poolkabouter to do a little bit of retaliation here. I'll have a quick look at BT Sport while they're warming up here, just to see what the what's happening in the Man City Real Madrid game. It was 2-0 at half time. Just give myself a quick update. Well, it's now 3-0, so Manchester City are going to be through to the final. So meanwhile, nothing in this first frame. There's a nice angle though on the red here. This is all just about judging the weight to get the cue ball high enough for that pink, or you can finish low to play it in the side. And well, I'm not sure what he played for there. He didn't do anything with the cue ball to adjust the line of it to get on that pink, but the green will do, and he can get back on that red behind the pink going forward here. Needs to stay away from the cushion, because you want to get into that cue ball so that you can get better control on it. Now, that angle in the pink that he's got there is not bad. I don't know whether he can stun this in hard enough. Yes, he can. And that'll do. No, I haven't the foggiest idea what's happened to my VP4. I don't know why the volume is so loud in the game, and you saw that I set the, and I said before that I never previously ever touched Virtual Pool 4 sound other than put the music off. If you look at the sound effects, I've got them right down at 1. If it goes lower than that, you've got no sound at all. So it can't go any lower than that. And I've also got VP4 turned down in Windows, so VP4 isn't at its loudest in Windows, and it's totally got me baffled. And this is purely from a Windows reinstall, a proper clean full reinstalling the hard drive, and I just reinstalled VP4 a few days ago. But anyway, it's workable. Well, Matt's broke down. Sorry, not Matt. Poolkabouter broke down immediately, still trailing, and Matt's got a chance to clinch the frame here. Unforced errors are what you can't afford with all the balls sitting on. Well, I think I can. I've got this Man City game on my phone, watching it in BT Sport, and I think I can switch it off because they're 4-1 up in aggregate. They're 3-0 up in the night, and there's 85 minutes in the clock, so they're through to the final. So that's that taken care of. Nothing more needs to be seen on that. So 24-point lead, 28, and that is the frame to MC Clarkey. Bit of a careless one in the blue there, but it shouldn't matter at all. He's 20, or what is it he's in front? Have I got this right, or am I falling asleep? What is he, 23, 40, 20? I can't count. I think he's 28 in front. And Matt, I think, has returned a favour there to Poolkabouter. Can you see this blue? Yes, he can, but it's going to be hard work to try and get snookers with this setup. And it should now be decided once and for all. Just roll the pink over whatever pocket he's going for, in or over. This is close. So Matt's finally off and running. Now that time Poolkabouter got too much of the corner ball, and it ended up stunning towards the corner pocket, which is why he almost scratched and ended up rattling in the jaws there. And Matt's in straight away here. And these reds are sitting reasonably good to put something on the board. Well, I don't know what his main game is, but it's certainly not 9-ball. I think, was it Friday night 9-ball I was watching, and I think, I can't remember what tournament, it might have been the World Championships that we had recently, and I watched one of his matches and it was awful. It was the worst form of torture I could think of, watching it. And not just him, his opponent, whoever that was, I can't remember who it was he was playing, but it was painful to watch. It was like 2.5 hours of torture. Water torture. So Matt's got himself out of line here. Whatever he does do, it ain't going to be easy, because if he was thinking of a safety option, you've got reds open left and right side of the table. Yeah, that was tough. And now the pink's tied up. And straight red down the left cushion. Cue ball going forward for either the blue or a bulk colour. Any of them will do, because with the red open left and right side, should be easy enough to get a follow up here. And more than likely the black to follow that. Well, that's no good for the red in the left. Blue's blocking that. Got to be careful with the angle he's got in this red. They can get the cue ball out. Now that's that guy, Fruit Shop. What's his name again? I'm not even reading that or clicking that, whatever it is. The guy's a nutcase. What was his other name? He's a umpteen names, but I can't remember it. Yeah, that's it, Snakes. I knew somebody would remember. And that's the kind of thing he does. He sends you PMs, I mean, and I just don't bother opening them. I just shut them straight away. I mean, obviously, this is a strange thing about the internet. You could be dealing with somebody who has, shall we say, have mental health problems. You know, you just don't know what you're dealing with. So out of respect for that, I just don't engage with the guy at all. No, I'm not working tomorrow, Tam, but try telling my brain that, because I'm half asleep here already. I'm already, what, an hour and a bit more past my bedtime, and my brain doesn't know that. It doesn't know that I'm not working tomorrow. It just tells me, get yourself to bed. And I have to fight it for an hour. No, I had a caffeine injection 20 minutes before this match started, and it's not having any effect whatsoever. Well, this is a toughie. And Matt comes to the table, just ducking for cover. And that's a good shot. It's a good shot, but there's just an edge sticking out of that red. Matt is going to have a shot here. Again, cue ball coming around and out. He needed to hit that a bit harder. You know, if it came on this line down for the green and brown, he could have had a choice of either that or take the black, and with a chance of getting back onto that red if he took the black. Another thing I've noticed, and I don't know whether you guys are noticing it on the stream, we're talking about how my VP4 sounds different now, even with the volume turned right down to its, well, minimum without going off in the VP4 setup in the sound settings. If you notice that, I've noticed it specifically in snooker, that when they're hitting a ball, you can hear as if the cue ball's bouncing on the table. If you listen out for it, you'll hear the two noises. It's as if you can hear the cue ball going off the bed of the table and hitting the bed of the table after it's hit a ball with a reasonable bit of pace. You can pick it out. I never heard that before until I had it all reinstalled on the PC again, and the sound's slightly different. That's one thing I've picked up on. It just sounds funny. But it definitely does sound like the cue ball's lifting off the bed of the table and then hitting on it, and you can hear that second noise. You won't hear it in a shot like that. You'll hear it on a firm stun. Well, I did my best to get the sound as best as I can without doing anything else to it. And that's how I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it like that. Yeah, the cushion bounce, I mean, before I turned that volume down in the game, the cushion bounce is honestly exactly like Napnicker's videos. Because his videos and his channel do exactly that. Really, really loud. And I can't work out why. You know, one thing I discovered, I was doing a search for drivers, because even though Windows installed, there's some drivers are probably not up to date. And I found, I went to the Intel website, you know, for the processor. And the Intel, this is in case any of you guys are interested, the Intel website has a little program you can download. And I downloaded it yesterday. And this is the proper official Intel website. They've got a program that you download. It's just a little file. You download it, and what it does is it scans your PC, and all your spec shows on the screen on their website. And it also then comes up with a prompt showing you what drivers you need to update for your processor and stuff. And it gave me two downloads. One was it was for my Wi-Fi. I can't remember what the other one was, but I downloaded and installed them. So I'm going to keep that little program, because that was two drivers that were missing, or two out-of-date drivers that I had. But it's I think it's on their main page. My graphics drivers were up to date. There's no more updates from a NVIDIA card. That's fine. Now, you hear that there? Did you hear that there? You can hear the cue ball actually leaving the bed of the table and hitting the bed of the table. Now, Matt's on a little run here. This could be very prosperous for him. I think he might be a bit straight. You heard that again there. You hear that again? Look at the way these reds are now, and he's not sitting good on one. That's the problem. Rate goes to 32. Welcome back to semi-pro. But he's built up a head of steam here for 2-0. And now the challenge is just to clear the table, because he's pretty much secured the frame. Not quite yet, but that black and one more red will definitely clinch it. Again, he's just finished awkward. Slightly in between on both of these reds. Have you had a chance to go and look at that match with Acero? I know you say you're not keen on the bank pool semi-pro, but that match with Acero and Bedhead is worth the watch. Yeah, the weird sound is picking that up. That is definitely something that I never noticed at all in the past, but it's really vivid and you know, you can hear it as clear as day. I actually quite like that I can hear that, because I never noticed that before. Well, Matt's, I don't know what Matt finished up on there. It certainly wasn't a high run, but it's more than enough to secure the second frame. Oh, was you watching it? Yeah, it's terrible. I forgot you were there. It's that time of night. That's what I was saying earlier on. I was saying that I'm saying Matt's probably the favourite for this match before it started. And I can't remember whether I've ever seen Poolkabouter playing snooker. I just judged my call on who was going to win this on the fact that Poolkabouter was absolutely crap in one of the matches he played in the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I think his opponent had as much to blame as he did, but it was the worst 2.5 hours I've ever spent in VP4 watching that. I'm certainly looking forward to the next few days though, because we've got some great matches that we're waiting to be scheduled on both of these tournaments. It's really going to hot up. We've got Stubb lined up against One Pocket Slim in the bank pool, I think, and you've got Larry and Matt. I don't know whether this match is going to be played. It's going to be tight. It's got to be done tomorrow night at the latest, because that's the deadline. So Matt with a 2-0 lead, and that is 2-0 after half an hour, which is not bad going, considering there haven't really been any what you would call decent breaks so far. Yeah, I was actually quite impressed with Acero, apart from I mean, I kept calling it, you know, 5-6 times he just did the one thing at the wrong time, and each time he did, he get punished for it. And the worst one was the first one he really did, which was when he was more or less over the line and had it won at 5 racks to 3. He virtually had the match won, and then he created an opportunity for Bedhead when he didn't need to. But again, fair play to Bedhead, he just hung in there, and he kept getting lifelines each time. So Matt gets started again in rack number 3. Now, That red to the left of the pink, he's looking at it. And I think he can just get to it. I think he can just get to it. He's looking at the black, so he can forget that unless he comes off. Now, in fact, I think he's too straight to do that as well. Now, what's he looking at here? Got to be a long blue, because there's nothing going down this end of the table. And he's got to now look for the shot that's going to open some of these reds up. Now, he's still got the one red in the open, and that's what he's going to have to play for, because he's too straight in the black, so just a little roll through. But now the important shot is coming up. He must get the angle squarish on this black ball, and that's not great for doing it either. So he can go higher on the black, and then he has to come off the back rail. So, in fact, that angle's actually too shallow. He's not going to get much more out of this unless there's a plant somewhere within that pack, and there ain't nothing readily shown there. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Now, the problem is, oh well, that was a good effort. I don't even know, where did he pot that blue ball? Because I was too busy looking at the pack for a plant. Anyway, he's still at the table, and it's a nasty cut back past the black with that second red there, but it will go, and that's well done. Now it needs to bounce. Well, again, it's finished awkward, a tough blue, and he's got to move the cue ball as well, unless he's digging into the cue ball. But I think the angle he's got to go to the right side cushion and back out. I don't think he's got much of an option. And that might be it. Oh no, that red goes. Just goes. And he's overcut it. You know, when you get yourself that wee bit awkward square line on them, they're not easy to judge. And all these balls need to do is just catch that jaw at a certain pace, and they'll never go in. So now is a great chance for Poolkabouter to show us what he's made of, if he's got any game at all, because he can work around the black and the pink over on the right hand side and the blue. He's got no excuse for getting a colour. It's just about how he gets this cue ball around the table and around these balls. Now, again, he can just go plain ball to the cushion on the right side or stun it up, and he'll be on one of those reds above the bunch of reds. He's trying to dink and hold there when he should have let it run. In fact, he was looking for the cannon onto that back red, the one above the black, and he missed that. So he's immediately found himself in trouble. Yeah, it's always, I mean, it's like real life snooker in that sense. When you're leaving yourself tough shots, it's a real struggle to keep a visit going. And he's only accumulated the 16 points there, and he's still trailing. And Matt, with a good chance now to clinch this third frame. He has the lead, and he can add a fair few more onto that. Oh dear, yawning started. Well, that'll do it. Red into the middle's fine. It needs a little stun unless he wants to be running plain ball, but looking at that, I would stun that in, because you're bound to be on the green or the blue, and he's letting it run. And well, he can get rid of that red that's over the middle pocket there. He can just drop the brown in and play for that. But he's come back for the red next to the cluster of 3. Is there 3 there? Yeah. See, that was a chance to get rid of that one. I don't know why he didn't do that. Although, in all honesty, he doesn't need that red if he can deal with these ones here. As soon as he gets around the corner here and back out for this top red, that opens the other 2. No, that's going to have to run. He may well have to end up. No, he's okay. I mean, he can tweak this with a bit of right hand side, or just drop it in dead weight and leave the higher cut in the black, which he's going to do. Now this is simple enough, because all you're doing is rolling through to get out to there to play one of the reds into the side pocket. You don't need to do anything elaborate. You can stun the black in and come up here, but that just makes the shot a wee bit more difficult. But he's keeping it simple. And now he can do either. He can, well, I don't think he wants to go forward, does he? Well, he's bumping the red. That was the only thing he knew was going to happen there. He could have just came back for the black. But again, that's a touchy shot to judge the screw back in that cue ball. But this frame is well and truly over. It's just about seeing whether he can get a 50 break and clear the table. Which, the way these are sitting now, he should be doing that. But he's found his way a shot now. He's warmed up, and well, no sooner have I said that than the old commentator's curse has done him. The run ends on 46. It's 3-0 to MC Clarkey. I've got one amazing talent that I never knew I had, but I'll tell you, I've got plenty of witnesses to it. I'm the worst jinx in VP4. I've self-appointed myself as that. I mean, the one thing that puts Matt as favourite in this match is that he's a veteran of virtual pool. He's been around virtual pool as long as I've been around, and as long as Larry's been around as well. There's not many of us left, but those are the few players that have been around that amount of times. I mean, Keith is an old-time VP3 player, but again, he's not really been focused in VP4 for a long time. And when he did try to come back there, well, that's a foul, because he called the green and skimmed the blue. But Keith's had not major problems with the PC as such, but problems with the fact that VP4 won't run on it properly. And of course now he's had his medical problems and he's had the operations in his shoulders, so it's very unlikely we're going to see Keith back for a long while. Yeah, when did you show up in virtual pool, Tam? Because I never saw that name in VP3. You're just a rookie at this game. Yeah, I've seen him on the odd occasion. Yeah, but again, these are players that were around in Virtual Pool 3, and you see them very rarely in VP4. I only think they've got enough time to drop in and look around and see if they see any old names here, but they don't play regularly. Ladyhawk's hubby, he used to play regularly in Virtual Pool 3, and he played a tiny bit in Virtual Pool 4, but that was it. Matt Magic's a great snooker player in Virtual Pool 3. He was here for a very short while at the beginning of VP4, and he's not been around for like 10 years. Cue Ball 70, also a very good snooker player in real life. He's made a 147. He's an expat Englishman who now lives in the States and has done for a number of years. He was a regular VP player back in the day. There's a lot of people who, you know, your life moves on. Lots of things change and you don't have the time to spend in this place or anywhere else for that matter. So that'll put the black back in its spot, which is not a bad thing, but I don't think he's travelled far enough with the cue ball. No. Well, the safest shot here is just to roll into the reds and leave nothing. It's an ambitious plant that he's looking at here. Well, you're always going to give up a shot doing that. So the run's 22, the lead's 23. Sorry, not 19, is it? I can't remember. It's something. It's not much. Who, Matt Magic? No. Matt Magic was never a cheat. I could tell the way he played. That's why I said that he was probably... He was one of the players that played virtual pool snooker like real life in that sense. I mean, it's not difficult to know if somebody's cheating, and not that you can anyway in VP4. But there was all sorts of bugs in VP3. Larry was the player that discovered the online, that you could get online ghost ball by starting up an offline game while you were in the GameSpy lobby, and Larry showed me that, and I got it to work, and so needless to say we contacted Steve for him to get it fixed. But before that, there was cheating at one point by one player that I know of, although I didn't bear witness to it. But I think Larry will remember it. It was what's his name? I think it was. Well, his name in VP4 was Concentrator. It's been all sorts of names. Mr. Coconut. I think he was up to no good at one time, and he didn't need to because he's a very strong player. But I mean, I'm only going by rumour and what was said by one person, but I think Larry would have been able to confirm it. No, you're looking for gullible people to sit there and watch you run tables, semi-pro. That's what you're looking for. Well, you've got to do it in this tournament. I don't care what you do when you're in a room. It's what you do in this that matters. But I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to, well, I'm saying I'm going to play on Friday night 9-ball. I need to remember to sign up to the damn thing. Because knowing my luck, I'll leave it too late and it'll be full. I'm going to play that for a laugh this week. It'll be short and sweet. I'll be won that comfortably, that match. It's on YouTube, I think. Did I stream that? I think I did. Or maybe I didn't. I can't remember now. I'm even forgetting what matches I've streamed. Welcome to Hairpig. Now, I was talking to the guys earlier on. Now that we've got more people in here, I want you to listen. Not that we're going to be able to hear an awful lot more. Well, we've got a 50 break at last by Matt. But whenever he hits a firm shot, I want you to hear the cue ball bouncing off the table, off the bed of the table. You'll hear you'll hear two hits, and I've only ever noticed that since my VP4 got reinstalled. Was it Slim? Oh, that's what it was. Aye, that was when my PC was down. But if he hits this blue ball firm, not that he will, I don't think, because he just needs to roll, maybe stun it. You might hear this double hit thing. No, you didn't hear it there. I think you hear it when there's a bit of top in the cue ball. You can hear the cue ball bouncing, and it was never noticeable in the past. But this is a nice finish to the match for Matt. So there's 22 left in the table, so he can get to 94. Needs to keep going, and at least get out off that cushion. So he's the wrong side of the blue, but no problem. Nice firm pot here and get up the table and back up for the pink. Unless he wants to just roll away from the blue and leave it longer. Yeah, it takes Matt just a wee while to warm up and get his stroke and get the pace right. But when he does, there, you heard it there. You heard it there in that pink ball. Did you hear it? Oh dear. Commentator's curse. The run ends in 81, but it's a comfortable win for MC Clarkey. Well done to Matt. And too strong as I thought he would be for Poolkabouter. And see you later, Tam. Have a quick look at the bracket just to see where Matt goes to now. So no doubt he's going to have a wait, I would think, unless he's got a match lined up. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's waiting on the winner of Mr. Sharkey and Mal. And as I said earlier today, if Mal is going to play that, I would say Mal's going to show up for this match. He'll be far too strong for Mr. Sharkey. Mal should run that 4-0, I would think, for the most part. It'll be a really tall order for Mr. Sharkey to get much out of Mal. Mal will be aggressive and want to get things done quick. So that's the one loss side. The winner side is hotting up. We've got loads of good matches. Well, I say loads of good matches. We've got 3 or 4. Top side of the bracket, we've got Albinario, who sent Mal to that one loss side. And that's Albi lined up against Semi-Pro. We've got Barkers waiting on the winner of this match at the weekend between his Eric and I Rossi. And then of course things begin to hot up. So the current champion is still in it. I think I might, did I see a Rossi playing? I don't know whether I did or I didn't. But anyway, for some reason Poolkabouter forfeited his first match against a Rossi. I don't know why that happened. We've still got the champion in, and we've got champion to be in Virtual Pool 4 Snooker, Semi-Pro and Albinario. That'll be a big match. So anyway, we're cutting it for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you can join us again. There'll be more matches to come as and when they go in the bracket, and if they're suitable for me, and if I can't get them, hopefully Slim can. He'll certainly get the one at the weekend, because I won't be around for that. So I'm going to bid you good night, take care, and we will see you again soon.